Lunchtime, here we come. Oh, please tell me we're at least getting lunch.
Hello Wanderers and welcome back to Skyrim. Today we're taking a look at Secunda, Princess of Daggerfall, a custom voice follower by B on the Xbox. Secunda is a lovingly made and really unique mod voiced by her mod author, and I have to say she fits in really well in the world of Skyrim in my opinion. According to her description, Secunda features over 560 lines of custom voice dialogue, a custom follower framework so she won't count towards your normal follower count, a main quest with commentary as well as commentary for Laid to Rest, The Golden Claw, Waking Nightmare, and A Night to Remember, location and weather aware dialogue, and a small personal hangout quest. This can be started by going to any inn, minus the winking skeever, and asking her, "I want to know more about you." Secunda is made to deal damage first and foremost. This is something that is subject to change and evolve as she's still a work in progress. Currently, she uses ice magic and a bound sword, as well as she can heal herself and conjure a frost Adronach. Secunda can be found in the main entrance of Alfstend. She is hunched over on a bedroll.
Maybe we could find a nice tree to sit under? Take a nap? The sun always makes me sleepy. I'm a little sleepy. Sure. What do you have in mind? I did, and I am. Princess Verona of Daggerfall is my official title. I always just preferred Secunda, though. I never thought much about it when I was younger. It was simply my life and how I was raised. I didn't think I was special. The only special thing to me was that I was a princess. From all the stories I read as a child, the books about princesses were my favorites. Although I cared less about the prince they always seemed to end up with. I just wanted stories where the princess adventured alone. Anyways, why are you asking? Well, I'm happy to be the first one you do know. Partner?
Please keep in mind that putting Secunda on any type of follower framework will break her, but a patch for AFT has been included in this file.
Bye, Mara. If you're here to finish the job, just get it over with already. I was asleep, and then I was woken up. The next thing I remember was being attacked. I took a stab to the side. Please, help me. A potion, magic. Carry me out of here into a healer? Anything will do, please. Thank you, stranger. Bottled magic can never taste so good. My name is Secunda Oliveiea Elisana Verona. I am Princess of Daggerfall and fourth in line for the throne. And yes, like the moon, before you ask. It's quite a long story and a bit embarrassing on my end. Are you sure you want to hear it? I said I was a princess, right? Well, to make a very long story short, I ran away from home. I knew I needed to get out of High Rock, for a lot of reasons. So while traveling to the border of Skyrim, I met a group of mercenaries. They seemed kind enough, and they didn't mind the gold I flashed in their faces. I offered it as payment to get me across the border. It was meant to be simple. I ended up letting my guard down and got close to them. We became friends. We all decided to travel together for a bit longer. I thought I'd finally made friends outside of the huge palace I grew up in. I wish I wasn't so gullible. They only wanted me for my gold. When that ran out, they stole everything I had and left me for dead. I thought, that's about it, really. I know. I feel like a child now, knowing what I know about them. Part of me wishes I never left the comfort of the palace. However, and I may regret doing this, I have a proposition for you. Could I travel with you? You seem the adventurer type, and I'm not a bad hand at magic. I'd only be a help, I promise. I don't want to give up on adventuring now. I've barely even started. And Skyrim is a beautiful province. I want to see all she has to offer. Then I will have learned my lesson. And I would be dead, so I don't think I'd have that much of an opinion. I doubt the gods would give me a third chance. Need the help of a princess? We'll talk later? I suppose that is only fair, since we are traveling together. When I was traveling with that group of mercenaries, we passed through Solitude. It was a lovely city. The inn there, I think it was called the Winking Skeever. It had real sheets and a blanket. That sounds like a lovely place to take a break. I am considering this a break, by the way. We deserve it. Off to Solitude. Talk to you later. How are you doing? Sure. What do you have in mind? No royal secrets, okay? I've got loads. Ask away. Yes. Back home I was trained to fight with a sword formerly. My father and brothers found it to be an important skill. I enjoyed it very much. I remember getting good enough to outspar my oldest brother at a young age. He was so mad. As I got older though, and my studies changed to more practical skills, I stopped sparring as much, started learning magic like my mother. But I can still tear through anything when I have a sword in my hand. For adventuring though, magic just seems the most practical. One less thing to lug around. Especially with you around. I'm kidding. I've got loads. Ask away. I do, although I haven't had the chance to bake in a while. I have a horrendous sweet tooth, and when our cooks refused to bake me more sweet things when I asked, I just learned how to myself. Lots of things interest me. Baking, reading, sparring, learning magic, adventuring. Paula. It's a romantic story about necromancy, I guess. Odd that it's my favorite. I never was one for romance stories. It's beautifully written, and, well, I shouldn't spoil the surprise. You should see if the next shop has them in stock. Wouldn't it be nice to cozy up next to the fire with a good book? Well, I never formally studied anywhere. Unless you count private tutors and court wizards and witches as a formal education. All of my family is adept in even a small amount of magic. My mother was the most talented mage I knew, and still know of. I started learning conjuration because I found her old journals. She documented every tiny detail about her studies. I owe a lot of my knowledge to her scratchy handwriting. And I considered it a hobby because I never really applied what I had learned into real practice. Until recently, that is. That is a broad question with a lot of answers. Anything in particular you want to know? I have 3 older brothers. You may think we don't get along, but they have always been my closest friends. The eldest is Master Theotonian Damon Verena. He's gentlemanly, proper and next in line for the throne. The second oldest is Lewin Strock Verena. He's, well, my father's practically disowned him. He deals in shady business in Daggerfall. And the youngest brother, Julio Fenron Verena. He studies alchemy, plants, and wildlife in Nern. He's soft-spoken, but makes a killer cup of tea. Let's go. Stubborn, hard-headed, but a good leader. Just not the best parent. I suppose that's one sacrifice you must make for Olaf Provenance. I love him. I do. I just wished he was more present in my brother's and I's lives. We did well growing up without him, though. What's got you curious? I don't remember much about her. The memories of her I do have are fond, though. She was gentle, yet strong. One of the best mages I knew of. She passed when I was very young. I never truly knew her, yet I still mourn her passing often. I look up to her a lot still. As a mage, as a woman, as a human. I want to be exactly like her. Do you have anything sweet? I'll even take a honey nut treat. We should pick up some sweet rolls. You have a sweet roll, don't you? Can I please have it? Please? How are you doing? Not saying I missed you, but it gets boring without you.
Secunda is an interesting and mysterious character, and I look forward to exploring Skyrim by her side. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe if you're new here. And until the next one, friends, stay safe and happy wandering.